what's up? It's Bree checking in.
What's up, y'all? It's T.
So you got Bree and T
on the beat. Yes, girl. We made it. Another week. How you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Don't let me lie to you. I'm really tired.
I was just about, if you didn't say it, I was going to call you out.
I'm really tired. That's all right. Y'all don't, it's cool. We're going to get it going. It's okay.
We sure are. Well, I'm feeling good. You know, spring just started, so I'm really happy.
That's why you got all this energy?
Yes. I love springtime.
She took all my energy. So hold on. So does that mean that all the hotness is coming and the cold is gone?
Girl, well, this is Houston, so I really don't know what it means.
Because I'm really sick of this Houston weather. One day it's cold, the next day it's hot, then it's cold, then it's hot, then it's humid, then it's rainy. I don't have time. I don't want to deal with it anymore, okay?
Yeah, I don't really want to deal with it either, but you never know what you're going to get. But these last couple of days, I will say, have been very beautiful, so I'm going to just take it in, take it for what I can get, and just enjoy it while it's here. So.
Okay, honey. Well, yes. You guys, we're going to go ahead and we're going to wrap up our Women's History Month with our last two women that we've chosen to go with. I'm going to let you start with your woman. Like, this is how we do. I'm going to let you go.
Me?
Yes. You.
Okay. So I'll start off. So the woman that I want to go ahead and acknowledge and admire, I guess I'll say more like the little woman, because she's still growing up. But Marsai Martin, I absolutely adore this girl. So you all will recognize her from her role that she plays the younger sister in Blackish. But she also has a movie that she's coming out with where she's playing the leading role. It's with Regina Hall and with Issa Rae. And what is so dope about this girl, like, she's only 14 years old, but even
you gotta start young.
You start young. You know what I mean? And she's been doing it for a couple of years with Blackish, and even with this movie that she's playing in with Little, you know, she's actually the executive producer, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, she's the executive producer.
You better show them how to do it.
Yeah, and so with this, she's actually the youngest person to be an executive producer in a Hollywood film as a young Black teenager.
Okay, sis, let's give you a
so
round of
this is
applause,
amazing. I can't tell you what I was doing at 14, baby.
I can't tell you what I was doing either. I was probably reading some books.
I was out there acting a fool, okay?
I was a good child. I was out there reading books. Okay?
I was good too, but I was still out there probably being crazy. So I definitely wasn't thinking about executive producing no movies. So
well, that's good. Good for her. Good for her parents for teaching her and bringing her up right, honey. You know, but
yes,
hopefully she still gets to have that child. You know, she gets to experience that childhood, because, you know, when you grow up, you're in Hollywood, you don't really get that experience as a kid because you're thrown. But that's some amazing accomplishments.
But one thing I will say about her, you see some of these kids out there and they're very, like, grown looking. She still seems to have that innocence to her. And she's just very driven. Like, you know, some people just have that in them naturally from a young age. So I just think that's so inspiring, you know.
It's very inspiring. What I mean was, you know how you see the kids that grew up in front of the camera. Now, once they're older, they really shy away from that. Like, a lot of them shy away from that because they feel like they didn't have a childhood.
Yeah,
you know?
that's
and I
true.
hope that's not what she's going to do with me. Because it's very motivational for you to be 14 years old and you're an executive producer, but then it's like your innocence get taken away.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Because you have to grow up so
like
fast.
with all the Disney stars. But no, I don't think she's going down that path. She's breaking records out here. She's doing great things. So good for her.
That's what's up.
So tell me about your Women of the Week, girl.
So, okay, y'all, this is very cliche. It was not really cliche. I said someone special. For the wrap-up, I decided to choose my mom and my granny.
Aww.
I did. I decided to choose my mom and my granny because they were very inspiring, and they had a lot to do with my growing up and my adulthood and me just maturing and being the beautiful, successful young lady that I am today.
Okay.
So I had to make sure I recognize the people that I know personally.
Yes, honey.
And let them know that I appreciate them and I admire them for being strong Black women in my life, and just encouraging me and just teaching me to be the young lady that I am today. So I had to put that out there.
Obviously, they did something right, okay?
I had to put that out there,
okay. Hey, mama. Hey,
Shout
granny.
out to you, mama. Shout out to you, granny, you know.
Y'all did
Rest in
something
peace.
right.
Heavenly, shout out to my granny, guys, and my mom who is still here on earth. Amen.
Yes.
I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I just had to throw that in real quick, but those are my 2 women that I admire.
Yes. Well, they did a great job. So
Thanks, girl.
yes.
Close the hair to the back. Okay?
Oh God. Look, she ain't tired no more. She done got to talk about her mama.
I'm not tired no more. Do you know where that came? We ain't gonna talk about that. You know where that came from?
I
No.
Oh yes I do. Oh now I do.
But we gonna talk about that a little later, okay? Because we got some tea for y'all, okay? Why you laugh?
Cause you funny, girl. Let's get into Jay Prince. We're gonna
move on to Jay Prince, and like we said, we talked about him last week and about the chain and about the threats being made where they thought that he was putting out, what'd you say, APB?
Yeah.
You said they thought he was putting out an APB. So now he got the chain back. It don't matter what he did. He stuck to his word. He got that chain back. They man wasn't playing no games, okay?
He got that chain back.
So.
And it goes to what he was saying, like mob ties, like not in a negative way, but you know, they did say that French Montana stepped in, and it was some other people from the Bronx. They stepped in, and you know, they personally delivered that chain to him.
Hello.
So baby,
but that just goes to show how much respect that people in the community has for this man. So I expect nothing less.
Respect your elders, okay?
Respect your elders, okay?
Respect those that paved the way, okay?
He said it wasn't about the chain. It was about all the blood, sweat, and tears that went into the brand.
Yes.
So I can respect that, you know?
It all comes down to respect.
Yeah, it was something that was very sentimental to him. It was something that he put his hard work into, and he gave it to somebody who he believed in, so he want his SHIT back,
okay, straight like that. and he got it back. It ain't take very long. All that stuff they were saying on the gram, look, all we know is he got that chain back, so he did the damn thing.
All right, so y'all, we're gonna talk about the up and coming Megan Thee Stallion.
Yes, honey, she a star. She a star now, Miss Hot Thing, Miss Hot Girl.
Miss Rolling Stone.
Yes. So Megan Thee Stallion. So basically, this girl she's the hottest thing. Obviously, we know, she's the hottest thing outside of Houston right now. And it's like every week, it's everything. She's in the news. You know, we recently saw her at South by Southwest. I don't know about y'all, but I was looking on her Instagram Live, honey. She was having a good time out there at South by Southwest.
How can you not have a good time?
Yes.
At South by? Everybody and their mama be at South by.
Turn, girl.
If you can't afford to go nowhere else, you're in Austin.
Yeah.
The most affordable trip, okay? Most affordable trip.
Up the street. Yes, but so Megan Thee Stallion, you know, she's recently been going viral with this big old freak challenge, and I think it is so cute. It's so funny. Like basically, she got all the girls coming out twerking, throwing that booty. You know what I mean? Pulling up at the gas stations. I think this is a really fun challenge. You know,
Listen, just wait, cause me and T, ours is coming out soon. It's dropping. I can't tell you when.
When it's dropping, girl?
It's dropping soon. Okay?
We gotta film it first. Okay. We gonna do the big old free.
Just know that it's coming out with the doors up. We gotta find somebody with the little wings that they do in Houston. You know what I'm talking about?
The doors. Yeah, the butterfly doors.
Anybody that has the butterfly doors, hit us up. Bring T on the beat. Hit us up and let us know so we can film y'all.
Okay. So I didn't know we was doing it.
This is something new. It just came off the dome. We gonna do it. Everybody else is doing it.
I ain't know we was doing it, but apparently we gonna do the big old free challenge.
You wanna do it or what?
We can do it.
Okay, bet.
I can't turn down no challenge
she
now.
wanna do the challenge, so we gonna do the challenge. Somebody hit us up. Anybody that got the butterfly doors, everything. Even with the swingers on the car.
Yeah.
Come out, hit us up. We're gonna be at the local gas station doing the big old freak challenge.
Now look, if we do the big old freak challenge, we gonna really have to put some thought into it. Cause I seen one girl, she done came out of the gas station. She done pulled down somebody's truck and hopped in it. They ain't even see that coming. They was trying to pump their gas, baby. She done hopped in the back of their truck and started twerking.
Seen a big booty twerking, and he was just like, okay.
I mean, what could he say? Yeah.
Is this what we doing?
This what we doing, honey.
Okay.
This is what we doing. So, I'm not even mad at Megan Thee Stallion. You know, she just
she out here doing it.
She's out here doing it. You know, first female who's like really officially signed to 300 Entertainment, and she's out here killing it, man. Even tonight, I believe she's dropping a song. She just did this feature in Rolling Stone, and baby, now I see why she that hot girl. Cause baby, she was looking mighty fine in that Rolling Stone feature.
On that motorcycle.
Vroom vroom.
I said, okay, sis. They had her all oiled up and stuff.
Okay.
Y'all go look.
Girl, you know how when you a kid and you put that poster on your door or on your room? I need to get a poster of that so I can like use it as motivation.
Y'all, I'm not about to play with her.
I need to do that. I need to do that because she was looking real good. But the thing I love really about the Rolling Stone feature that she did, you know, she always pays homage to her city. She's always talking about her biggest inspiration, Pimp C. You know, she has that alter ego, Tina Snow, built off of his Tony Snow. And she's always just, you know, repping where she came from. She's still at TSU. She motivates getting her education. Yeah, she's still in school, girl.
Okay, sis, I'm coming to campus one day.
For health administration.
Girl, what the?
I know.
What?
Yes, but it's kind of cool because it's like
administration.
Yes, health administration. Girl, you would never know. But it's cool.
Well, at least she trying to learn about her health. Okay.
At least she trying to, you know, she doing something good, and you know, she's all about empowering women to be confident and to be confident in who they are. So I'm with it. I'm with it. And she from the H, so baby.
Y'all know Y'all know she is H child native, so she out here she representing, okay, all day, every day.
All day.
Whew, health administration, y'all. I cannot.
I can tell you one thing, baby. I got my degree in communications. I don't know if I could have did the health administrations. That sounds like. Yeah, girl. That's like you got to memorize all the bone. Oh, okay.
No, y'all, that's not.
No, seriously, no. You know why I'm laughing? You know why I'm laughing? This is so sad, y'all. I don't even want to admit this.
Why are you laughing?
The only class that I failed in college was kinesiology.
That's like the easiest class.
I know, man. I was a freshman. You have to learn, you know what I mean?
They said
but look where we at today. We done made it. That's the past.
Like everybody who, never mind, I'm not even gonna say it. I'm just gonna let it be what it's gonna be because I don't want nobody to come and get me because I know some people that went to school for kinesiology.
Some people had to take that class twice. I know I wasn't the only one.
That's like a major.
It's like half a credit though, as a course.
Kinesiology is a major.
It is a major, but I just had to take it as a course.
I want to say it so bad, but I don't want people to get offended by what I'm gonna say.
Oh, spill that tea, honey. Look, I'm about to egg her
on. No, because people used to say if you communications was the easiest degree to take. You ain't taking nothing else. I believe that kinesiology was the easiest degree if you ain't taking nothing else.
I did have a lot of friends who was like, yeah, a lot of guy friends. I was like, I'm going to just take that kinesiology.
You know what? My friend was like, it's not kinesiology. It make it sound good. It's health. It's just health, nigga. You taking health classes.
Nutrition and wellness.
You taking health classes, okay? You trying to make it sound like it's something that it's not. It's health class. That's what it is. That's all it is.
Look, you got to remember a lot of stuff about the body and health. So that's a lot of stuff to remember,
is a lot
okay?
Of stuff, baby, I can't. Nope. The muscles, everything.
Let us know in the comments. I know y'all done failed a class or two. What class did y'all fail? Because I want to know. I know I ain't the only one.
Okay, so we're going to move on to a more serious topic, which is the New Zealand shooting that went on. And it was a lot of deaths, so just a lot going on.
Yeah, man, this was incredibly sad. So we saw the guy, you know, he's a white supremacist. He went out to these two mosques, and the crazy thing about it is, like, you know, he live streamed it all. And I don't know about you guys. I know this is very disturbing, but when it first happened, you know, of course, after they got word of it, they took the live stream down. But, you know, people had seen that. People screenshotted, people, everything. So even when I went on the internet, I had seen clips of it. And you're like, literally, like, you know, he's glorifying this. It's sad. This man put out a 80-page, I think, manifesto explaining why he did this. And even in that, like...
So he prepared for this.
Yeah, he was glorifying it. Like, this is what he wanted to be known for. You know what I mean?
He felt like he was gonna go down in history for this.
He wanted to go down in history for this. You know what I mean? He killed, I think, about 50 people. In his manifesto, he even he referenced America and Trump and the way he does things. And I think that's very sad because we look at the
so he liked the way he does things.
Yeah, we absolutely. And we look at the climate of this country, and it's like in America, when we look at when it comes to mass shootings, majority of the mass shootings in this country have been committed by white supremacists. So it's like it's almost like, you know, America has always been like the kind of like standard of what's okay. And it's like if we're letting that stuff slide, that shows other countries and, you know, well, this is okay. You know what I mean? So it's very sad, man.
It is really sad that the fact that you just kind of basically say that you admire Trump and that this is one of the reasons as to why I did it. And, you know, I look up to you and all the things that you're doing for your country. So I'm just like, so is this the stuff that we're trying to portray?
Exactly. Like this is the country we live in.
Yeah, is this the things that we want to promote? No, like that's not okay.
It's not, and I don't think that that's the type of behavior that should reflect our country. But it's sad when it's like it kind of has become normalized in these last few years. Like we see these mass shootings occur, and it's like it's gotten to the point where it's like, oh, another mass shooting happened. Another.
It's like it's becoming too common.
It's becoming way too common.
And then you see all these signs where people riding around with their flags and stuff that say, "Come and take it from me."
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just like, okay, that kind of makes me a little uncomfortable.
It makes you uncomfortable. You know, you see these.
Honestly, I feel like it's so many shootings and so many wrongful deaths that happen. It's just like you have to be fearful of your life because one day you might go out and you might not come back. You don't know if you can going in the store. You don't know if you're going to come back from the store. You can be reaching for a bag of chips and somebody might feel like their life is threatened and they shoot you because of the race you are or, you know, just multiple different stereotypes that people kind of point out to you and they just, oh, my life was threatened, so I shot her. Or my life was threatened, so I shot him. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's a lot. And the fact that nobody is speaking up, a lot of people are not speaking up about it, I feel like that's a problem. Because it's just like you're saying something is basically, not saying anything is basically saying that it's okay.
That is okay.
So...
And I think we've gotten in this pattern as a country where it's like, okay, a mass shooting happens, we have this national outcry and all of this, and then a little time goes by.
I would say it goes on for like how long? A week, 2 weeks?
Yeah, and then people
weeks,
just forget about it. It boils over.
And then it happens again.
And then it happens again. And
it's like, but you know, it's so many protests, like, it's normal that all these, like, somebody get killed, like you said, you know, then we talk about it, people protest. And then, okay, like, they just kind of, it fades away.
It boils down. Yep.
And then
it's a pattern.
It's another one.
And it's like it's become normalized. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Because like you said, it's like, I never felt like growing up, oh, you have to kind of think about that stuff. But
I didn't think about it
Yeah,
at all.
Absolutely. But as I've gotten older and I've seen what's going on and I've paid attention to what's going on in our country, it's very sad. But it's like I get to the point where it's like if I'm at the movie theater or if I'm somewhere in public, naturally now, like I'll take a moment and I will look at where's the exits.
Girl, I don't even go out in crowds. Because if something
pops off,
I don't even, you know how we had that conversation. I told you, I was like, I don't like to go to concerts. I don't like to be in a crowded area just because it's so much stuff going on. And it's just like, you never know.
You never know.
And I don't want to ever be in that situation to where I feel like I don't have an out. Like, I don't have an exit. Like, my life is going to be in danger. And I feel like it's sad that you even have to think about that.
You shouldn't have to. Nobody should feel that way. Like, and then it, like, especially like this, okay, in this instance, you know, he was inspired in his manifesto. He's saying he's inspired, you know, amongst other things, he's saying he's maybe inspired by some people who have done this stuff in America. It's sad and it's embarrassing, but this is happening in America, where people have gone into churches, mosques, places of worship, and have done these things.
It's supposed to be basically your place of where you feel like it's a sacred
The
place.
most safe.
Yeah, the most safe, and it's your sanctuary. You're supposed to be able to go there and speak to your, the man above, and you should never think that, okay, my life is about to get taken away because somebody who is ignorant and don't know and feel like they can do that. You know what I'm saying? And
you shouldn't.
It's like they're taking. I don't even know how to put it because it's like he feels like it was his obligation to do it.
His duty.
Yeah, his duty to go out and do those things. And it's just like, what gives you the right? But it's like, clearly the message that he's obviously taken in, he feels like it was his duty.
He feels like that was his purpose. Mm-hmm. Even when they brought him in the courtroom, he was putting up the signs on his hands to show, white power. Like there's no regret, no remorse. He feel like he actively played out his life's duty. So, I mean,
you have to think about what's going on in America right now.
Exactly.
And the messages that are being put out there, especially with foreigners.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's sad.
It's sad because even when they brought it up to Trump, like the day that it happened, they sat down with Trump and they asked him about it. And they asked him, like, how do you feel about white nationalism? And he just brushed it off like, I don't feel like white nationalism is a huge issue in this country. But like I said, when you look at the majority of mass shootings that have played out, mm-hmm. it has been by white supremacists mm-hmm. and white nationalists. So
girl, I can think of a couple that happened off the top of my head, just like the one that happened in Florida.
Recently.
The one that happened in Vegas. Like, it's so many, and it's just like, it's in the news for a little bit, and then it just kind of gets
It dies down. And what's crazy is, like, what's embarrassing, it's absolutely embarrassing, is that you have this prime minister over here in New Zealand, and what's her name? I don't want to get it wrong. What's her name? Jacinda Ardern. Within a matter of days, okay? It hasn't even been a full week, and she's already addressing the issue, and she's like, we're banning these assault rifles, mm-hmm. we're banning these all of these machinery and mm-hmm. these military weapons, because it's like, how many of these do you have to know that it's too many? One is enough. Mm-hmm. One is enough.
Any military rifles,
assault weapons, all of that.
Automatic. I feel like, and it didn't take that long for them to ban it.
Yeah, it didn't even take a week.
Effect. But I feel like it should only be certain people that have the privilege of having those guns.
Yeah.
Like, for real, I feel like it should be an extensive background check and a psychotic, a check to make sure that you got all your marbles up there.
Yeah, because like in Texas, well, in certain states, you know they have these gun fairs mm-hmm. and they trade these guns. Pretty much anybody can go up and buy a gun.
Anybody.
You don't even have to always see, but they don't even have to always see their ID. They can just ask like, "You're over 18, right?" Mm-hmm. Okay, like, you know what I mean? I still get grilled about getting a freaking drink. Like, mm-hmm. If you don't got your ID, okay, no. Like, so it's like this is a matter of life and death.
Yeah.
And it's almost like a slap in the face when we see this, because it's like it took one huge incident, and you see their prime minister out there. You see her on the news. She's out there with the families of these victims. She's out there hugging them. She's mm-hmm. out there with them, mourning with them. And, they put this, like I said, within a week, she's passing this, and she's saying, okay, by April, I think they said April 11th, mm-hmm. it's gonna go into an effect.
Weeks.
Yes, but that shouldn't be a difficult decision. You know mm-hmm. what I mean? It really shouldn't. So
it shouldn't.
It's just sad, man. It's sad.
So I don't know.
We gotta do better.
Yes. We most definitely have to do better.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and talk about something that's just as well, it's not really similar, but it's something just as traumatic as the situation. Mm-hmm. Will Packer.
Yeah.
So he is a director, and mm-hmm. he's basically just kind of explain a little bit about that.
So Will Packer, he's coming out with this docuseries. Mm-hmm. You guys know Will Packer. He's directed Girls Trip. We all love Girls Trip. Yeah. I know I love you some Girls Trip. I can watch it over and over. Y'all know the grapefruit scene. Okay, so anyway.
We know what her mind is. Okay. All right.
Anyways. And he's actually directing that film Little that we talked about earlier. Mm-hmm. So anyways, but So now he's taking a more serious turn with this docuseries, and he wants to dive into the Atlanta child murders. Now, this is very interesting to me. I heard them talking about it on The View. I didn't know about this because this goes this
way before our time.
generation,
Way before our time.
But it makes sense that we didn't know about this because at the time when this was happening, it was like between 79 and 81. This is a 2-year span where multiple black children in Atlanta were being murdered. They were going missing, and then they were finding them murdered. You know, and so when it came down to investigating these murders, you know, they didn't. Same thing we see in history. Same thing when we talked about Sam Cooke.
It's like
they didn't do a thorough investigation.
My thing is, how long does it take for you to actually realize that something is wrong? It's a pattern.
2 years.
Okay, let's figure out what the root of the situation. Like, too many young girls are going up missing. Let's narrow down. It's in Atlanta, so let's narrow down the city. Okay, let's narrow down the specific type that they're targeting, because we know. Let's narrow down the area. But I just don't feel like people paid too much attention to black children back in the day,
and that's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. These were black children that were going up missing, and because these were predominantly black children, poor children, it wasn't a major concern. And so basically the way this whole situation played out, the media tried to portray Wayne Williams. Now, this was a black man who had already been serving time for killing 2 other adults in the city, in the area. And when they tried to put this on him, he would say, like, I'm not guilty of that. He till this day, like, you know, he always claimed his innocence. But the media basically portrayed it as if, well, you know, he killed 2 men in this area. So it has to be him.
It basically is a blame game. He's just like, well, he's already killed these other 2 men. So let's just go ahead and put these other murders on him too. You know, like, so we can stop wasting our time. We can go on with something that's more serious. Another serious matter, because this isn't that serious. So they basically
black kids.
They swept it up under the rug. That's what it seemed like. So
swept it up under the rug.
But now it's like a couple years. I feel like the case should have been reopened when DNA came out.
Yeah.
When DNA came, but you know, I feel like by then they're just like, okay, we're on to bigger and better things. But it's just like, dang, these grieving families, they never gonna stop grieving for these kids. It doesn't matter how long it's been. They want to know who actually murdered their children.
They want to know who murdered their children. But you know what's crazy? I will say, because you're right, they use this man as a scapegoat. They threw him under the bus and was like, okay, we're done, solved. Just to put a name to it. You know, that happens in our judicial system sometimes. And it's very sad. You see, even on The View, they had one of the mothers, and what really got me, she said when she found her daughter had been mutilated, her lips was cut off,
and her ear,
was cut off. But the reason why I think it's important for us to learn about stuff like this and to know our history is and to bring up stuff like this is because, going to what you said, when I was researching this, they've actually reopened the case. They have reopened the case.
Yeah, I've seen it. And I think it's just bringing awareness to our community and to our backyard. Just, you know, knowing what's going on and watching your surroundings, because honestly, like, that stuff is still going on today.
Exactly.
Like, it's still going on. It's just in a different way, and it's publicized more. It's very publicized. So I feel like people should, this is the things that we should look into, you know, because it becomes a pattern, but it's not really as spoken as it should be.
Right.
But if it's another kid of another race, it's all over the news.
It's all over.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
all over.
And that's something that I don't understand. So we have to look out for ourselves. Like, we have to look out for our own community, you know, and know what's going on and make sure that we're there for each other and make sure because right now we see so much of everybody trying to climb themselves to the top, or everybody trying to be for themselves. It's like, we're like the only community that don't really look out for each other.
Yeah.
And I think that is really sad. it's really sad. Like, we should be able to support one another. Like my granny used to say, it take a village.
It take a whole village,
It take
baby,
a village. So
to raise,
we should be able to bring awareness to each other and be able to surround and support each other and be there for each other. Like, times like this, we need to come together. I mean, if we want to protest, like, let's not a non-violent protest. You know what I'm saying? Like, we could speak, but it's certain ways that you can do it.
Yeah. So. But you're right, bringing that unity together and also knowing our history, because you know, we have a very traumatic history, our people in this country.
We do.
And it's like we have to know about the things that our ancestors experienced in order to move forward. And even this is kind of like, think about it. Okay, it's not a coincidence that when he's making this docuseries that they're reopening the case. So I commend Will Packer, because it's like, if he wouldn't bring so much attention to it, it probably would have continued to go down in history and get brushed away. So I think this is important, because even this man, I want to make sure I'm saying his name correct, Wayne Williams, right? Even this man, Wayne Williams, it's like, okay, that's all fine and dandy. Y'all trying to put this crime on him, but this is also a fellow black man, so that's also an easy scapegoat. If it's not the truth, don't put that down in history.
People don't care about the truth.
Yeah,
people do not care about, and that's one sad fact that I can say right now. People don't care about the truth. Like, people don't.
Yeah,
that's just a sad reality.
It's sad. It's extremely sad.
But hopefully...
But you need people like this who do.
Yeah, that's why I'm just saying, like, I really hope, like, even you know, we're talking about it, and it's getting national news, like it was on The View. Now we're talking about it. So I'm hoping that this starts to open people's eyes, like, and people are starting to become aware of this stuff and want to know. Yeah. And once people start asking questions, baby, people start investigating.
That's why they opened this case back up.
And people start coming forward. Like, yes, it's been 30, 40 years, but people are going to start talking about it.
Yep, people are going to stop talking. People are going to start talking. And like you said, now, at that time, we did not have DNA evidence, but now
we do.
We do. So they can, you know, they can look at some of those bones and those things and do DNA evidence and you know, investigate it and figure out, you know, was Wayne Williams really the man who did it, or was he just a scapegoat? Is the man, because what's sad is 20 black children, and the man who could have did that, or the person who could have did that, could have still be out here.
He could still be out here
killing
kids,
killing more kids. Exactly. Oh my God. You're so right. Like, that's just extremely disturbing. It's like it goes to the last story. Like, we gotta do better, man. But I applaud him for bringing this back up, because it teaches people, like, in our generation and people who are coming, like, okay, no, we're just not gonna sweep this up in the under the rug. This is our history. We need to know about this.
Yep. Okay, you guys. So before we go ahead and wrap up this segment, we're going to go ahead and talk about something a little bit less sad, something a little bit more funny, and how the Beyhive that came from a girl, Tamera.
Girl, why they coming for her?
Listen. So, okay, Tamera was on The View a couple of days ago.
The real.
Yeah, my bad.
Right.
Thank you for looking at
That's why we here, sis. Okay.
That's what I meant. So she was, you know, she's on The Real. She hosts a show with a couple other ladies, and she was talking about how she met Jay-Z one time when he wasn't with Beyonce and she wasn't with her husband, and how that he was very charming, and she, you know, she was kind of lusting after him, whatever, at the movie screening, and she asked him for a piece of gum.
That's why I'm laughing.
She asked him for a piece of gum.
She said it like that was just like, oh, I asked him for some gum.
That's how she said. That's how I know.
I never thought about that move. Like,
I never thought about it either. But the Beyhive is going in on her.
Girl, the Beyhive is like the FBI. Okay.
What? No, Beyonce, control your hive.
Can you control the hive, please?
Cause they be ready to attack everybody. I mean, they be coming strong.
I mean, she made it very clear that it was before he was with Beyonce.
She was 23.
She was 20. She was young.
Pretty sure that was over 10 years ago.
Yeah, probably over 20. Hell, damn,
girl,
pushing.
She is not that old.
She's 40.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, I'm pretty sure.
I don't believe
they
that.
just turned 40.
Really?
Girl.
No, ma'am.
We can look it up.
Okay, well, I don't really believe that.
I'ma look
I
that
feel
up.
like she's
I
still
gotta
in her
look it up.
30s.
She looked like she in her 30s.
Okay, we're gonna see. But anywho, they were coming for her, and I just feel like, dang, just let the girl live. Everybody got a little crush here and there, you know? So, let's see how old she is.
We
y'all.
about to see y'all. 40. Oh my God, 40 on the dot.
She about to be 41.
In July, about to be. They look great, honey.
They look good.
Black
That's how I'm
don't
gonna
crack,
look, baby. Black do not crack.
But exactly, like it was almost 2 decades ago. It's like, okay, look, y'all need to chill out. I get it. We all love Beyonce. Okay, we do. I love me some
Listen,
Beyonce.
but her people do not allow other people that's coming for her man, her family, anything. They don't allow nobody to make it in the circle. Nobody is safe.
Nobody's safe.
Nobody is safe.
Did you see a couple when they did the Rock Nation brunch? You know, Lori Harvey.
Girl, I seen that.
You seen that? Even with Lori Harvey, it was like honestly nothing indicated that she was trying to like. They just be doing all this.
I mean,
stuff.
I seen some other stuff too, but I'm just like,
I just seen her like talking to him, laughing. But I mean, come on, that doesn't mean like, oh,
Yeah.
she's trying to like.
But the internet make you think like it is. The internet always try to persuade you to make it seem like it's one thing and it's not.
It's not.
It could have been something totally innocent, and of course the hive. Here come the hive.
The hives.
The hive is coming to eat you up. Okay, they not playing. But anywho, we gonna move on to how you doing. How are you doing? How you doing, sis?
You know I'm doing good.
We gonna talk about how Wendy doing. That's how we need to talk, okay?
I don't know if she doing too good, baby. I ain't even gonna lie. You mean P?
Girl, listen.
Ever since they said that Wendy Williams was shaped like the letter P.
Listen, when
Look.
sis came back from her vacation and she claimed that everything was good in her hood. Her marriage was good.
She sure did put that out there.
She said, "Mind y'all business, baby. We good over here. Don't worry about what's going on over here." Well, y'all still good, sis? Because your husband is on vacation with his mistress.
Oh, baby, oh my God, I'm just.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing, sis? Okay.
I don't know how she handled that, baby. She done came back on the show,
But
and she addressed this. It's like, oh my God.
I mean, you know, honestly, I don't even know. I don't know what I would do in that situation because I understand, like, sometimes you ride it out with your husband, like, okay, he cheat, then y'all might get back together, like, that's your marriage, that's your preference, whatever you decide. But then he cheat again, he get a baby. Okay, some gotta give. Like, no, let's sit down, let's go to count. What is it? Like, what am I doing? What do we need to do to fix this marriage? Because you didn't step out ahead of it. I don't know if I'll be able to stick through a child.
Yeah, that's tough.
2 children.
And then it's like when you bring these children into the world, you can't take that out on these kids.
But it's like this been going on for years and years. Because I remember when, because she messy. She liked to be in everybody's business, and she was talking about Evelyn. And she was talking about how, she talked about Evelyn a few years ago and how her baby was a cash register. Yeah. Yep, she was talking about her baby.
Evelyn from basketball. Oh my God, I love Evelyn.
She said her baby was a cash register because she had the baby by that baseball player.
Yeah, the basketball.
Yeah, so
right?
the baseball player.
Oh, it was a baseball player.
He was a baseball player, and she was basically saying like, your baby is cash register. Like, you need to make sure you donate. Like, her little slick stuff.
Who's she to talk?
Yeah, her little slick stuff that she liked to say, and then Evelyn clapped back. And she was like, basically saying, I can't believe you did this, saying this stuff about me. Like, I congratulated you when you got your new episode or your new season or whatever the case may be. And she was like, but since you want to go there, let's talk about how your husband was in my store last week buying a size 9 for a woman that wasn't you. Talked about the shoe style and everything, honey. So it's
because Wendy probably wear like a size 12, so we know that wasn't.
I mean,
her.
you know what I'm saying? I don't know, but
Maybe
she
13.
basically she put it down to the T, and you clearly don't care because you out in public with people that clearly are running in the same circle as her. So
dang, man,
the disrespect is most definitely
that's
there.
tough. I think that sucks, man. I feel like the position Wendy is in, like, I get it with the talk shows and you got to talk about the mess and
you
all
really
of that.
have to be. I feel
but
like
she be going in.
It's what you make
She
it.
be
Like,
going
you don't have to be that messy. You don't have to be that
and
messy.
even it's crazy because sometimes the people that she talk about, they be like how Evelyn said, I thought we was cool. Like, she ain't got no remorse for nobody. So it's like at the end of the day, I'm a huge believer in karma, and it's like you got to think about the energy you put out there. It sucks. Nobody wants to go through that, but it's like it's hard to feel bad when it's like you constantly talking about everybody, and like not giving nobody any room.
I know that's embarrassing.
It's extremely embarrassing, but I mean, what's she gonna do? She gotta hold her head up because it's like she's the queen of this. So if she breaks down, it's like that's even more embarrassing. Almost, you know what I mean?
It's like you gotta be strong, but when you come out and you say you and your husband good and X, Y, and Z, and then your husband out, yeah, he good, honey. He ain't good with you. He good with somebody else. I mean, that's real life.
And baby, she just got back on the show. She just got back on the show from dealing with all that.
So all I can say is, Wendy, how you doing, sis? How you doing, sis?
Period. Okay, look.
I think this might be her karma, but you know what? I don't wish nothing bad on anybody because that's not a good feeling. But anywho.
Me neither. And she getting a little too old to deal with all that. We already know a few months back she was having hot flashes. And
the past.
You remember when that happened. She's passing out on the show.
Let me just get it serious real quick because that wasn't funny. I thought she was playing when she fell out. I thought she was playing.
Maybe this is just a sign, Wendy. Pass over the mic.
But did you see it?
I seen it. I seen the clip.
It's not funny.
It wasn't funny, but it.
But how it happened, it was like.
I mean, we done all been there. We get a little too hot. You know, we done all been in a situation we get a little too hot. You know, we start getting a little lightheaded.
Okay, I'm done.
I can't even be mad, but
that's not right. It wasn't funny. It was just how it happened. It was just a little dramatic, but
it was just is what it is.
Usually when people fake, they just go down. But what
you say? How you doing?
How you doing, sis? We gonna pray for you. No, I'm not. I'm not even gonna even lie to you and say I'm
gonna pray for you.
I'm gonna say that prayer. I'm gonna say that prayer for somebody else, okay? Because this is called karma.
Karma.
Okay? But anywho, that wraps up another episode with Bree and T. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Bree and T, and we are out.